Hey, welcome to Precision Trading with CoinMarketCap. I'm that guy, Jay Sharp. We hit those all-time highs. Woo! But should we be celebrating or should we be walking on pins and needles? Well, let's find out. And of course, before we get started, do me a favor and hit that like button right about now. And hey, in this episode, let's review some of the coins, some of the cryptocurrencies that have done well, and some of them that have the potential to do awesemo. Let's go to our favorite spot, CoinMarketCap, and start off first with the top dog, Bitcoin, and see what that's looking like. I'm looking here right at the weekly chart. We can see prices jumped up right above that previous resistance of about 65,000 and made some all-time highs. But notice we got 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and prices right now are fighting to stay above that all-time high. Let's go into that day chart real quickly and take a look at that. We can see prices jumped up and pulled back to the 20 moving average. What am I expecting here? Ideally, I'd love to see prices bounce off of that 20 moving average, breaking through resistance again, creating more or new all-time highs. Realistically, though, we can see prices consolidate here. Let me get my trusted pen out. We can see prices consolidate here in a range, or we can see prices drop to the 40 moving average. That's quite possible. Okay, let's take a quick look at the Ethereum chart. We can see here on the weekly chart, prices have moved up and hit that previous high of 4,388. Now, zooming on into the day chart, I don't see a particular setup that we could jump in at the moment. It appears to me that prices are consolidating here and not a precise move that we can get in. I'd wait for a pullback to the moving average and see if there's some kind of buy setup with a bottom tail or narrow range bar. That would be an ideal setup, but it may take a couple of days, a few days for that setup to appear. Now let's move on to Cardano and see if there's anything that appears there. We can see here on the day chart, prices have been snaking along, just trading in a range, in a tight range here. Let me put some lines right here on the chart so we can see that a little bit more clearer. Right here around the $2.07 mark, we can see prices have been just consolidating, just building up on support. Let's draw another line right down here. It's like a bullish triangle right here as prices are consolidating. It's like a volcano just building up pressure, waiting to explode. What I would ideally like to see is some kind of narrow range bar. If you're an aggressive trader and you want to get in early, you can look at a narrow range bar if something set up here right on that line of support. Or you can wait for a wide range bar to break out and use the 3-bar rule. If you're not familiar with the 3-bar rule, you can look at the previous episode where we talked about the 3-bar rule. So this could be a great setup for an explosive up move. I am still expecting in the next month or two for still an explosive movement in the crypto markets upward. Cardano is definitely going to be along for that ride, I strongly believe. However, let's look at all possibilities. We could see prices break out of this triangle pattern because we do have some pressure on those moving average. It could break downward. We still have some support here at $1.94. And if that breaks through that, we could see prices drop down to this moving average, which I would still consider a great buying opportunity. Look at another exciting cryptocurrency, and in that I mean Solana. It too is fighting to break previous resistance of right here of 214 and change. We have about 5 bars working its way up. This is another situation where I'd like to wait for some kind of pullback or some kind of consolidation to allow us to get into a safe position. Once prices break through this, I feel confident that we're going to see an explosive move upward. Solana, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I feel confident in the next month or so, we're going to see some explosive moves upward. Now, if you're new to precision trading and you're asking yourself, what pullback am I talking about? You're asking yourself that question. Don't be afraid to take a look at previous episodes where we talked about certain setups, like buy setups, climactic buy setups, retracements. Now, for a quick refresher, let's look at some past opportunities that we could use into the future. For example, Bitcoin back around September 21st to September 30th. You can see prices drop down here, making a buy setup. When I say pullback, this is what I'm looking for. Notice it made, real quick here, kind of a W pattern. Prices dropped, jumped up, bounced back down to support, and then jumped up, making what looks like a W. So when I say wait for a pullback, you could take the first opportunity, or you can wait for the second opportunity that makes or confirms a W pattern. Look at that. We can also see that if we go to the Ethereum chart, right around the same time, prices fell down, making a buy setup. But in this instance, it dropped down to the 62 retracement line and the 200 moving average. Prices bounced up and then fell back to support close to that 62 retracement line, making what looks like a W pattern. So once again, when I'm talking about a pullback, these are the kind of parameters that I'm looking for in present to future trades. Now, gang, once again, I have to thank you for joining me here at CoinMarketCap in this episode of Precision Trading. I challenge you to get as many people to understand this great world of crypto. And hey, if you have any other questions about crypto, ask our friend and your friend Alex. The link is listed down below. This is Jay Sharp signing out. It's love, peace, and here grease. Deuces.